Right, the government will introduce CCTV cameras in major cities as well as operationalize broadband connectivity at border points as part of measures to fight terror and boost security. In his Madaraka Day speech, President Uhuru Kenyatta also announced plans to establish a national digital register that will capture the details of all those above the age of 12. And as Rita Tinina reports, the president ditched the customary ceremonial Land Rover for new armored cars.
The 51st Madaraka Day celebrations and the usual pomp from the entertainment. The March Past Parade to the fly past formations by the Kenya Air Force marked the event. But there was something different. The president's customary ceremonial Land Rover, which he has used since he took over power, and which was used for years by his predecessors Mwai Kibaki and Daniel Arap Moi, was replaced by an armored Toyota Land Cruiser. Also in the president's motorcade for the very first time, an armored personnel carrier. The upgraded security for the president comes as the country grapples with the ever-increasing threat of terror. The country has witnessed several attacks this year.
And nothing will stop us from bringing the perpetrators of these crimes to justice.
The president announced measures his government is putting in place to enhance security.
We are introducing CCTV cameras in major cities and towns, as well as broadband connectivity at border points.
The government is planning to introduce a national digital register in the next financial year. Details of those above the age of 12 will be captured in the new register. In his Madaraka Day speech, the president outlined his government's achievements since he took over power just over a year ago, including the building of dams, establishment of the Galana irrigation scheme, provision of free maternal health care in public hospitals, to provision of subsidized fertilizer.
We attained a GDP growth of 4.7%, and when we meet at next year's celebration, I expect to report even better performance.
The president says the government will in the next financial year increase by 20% and 30% the allocation set aside for free primary and secondary education.
The extra money means that within 3 years, we will have truly free primary and secondary education, achieving an aspiration as old as our republic.
The government will also set up a fund to pay for the treatment of Kenyans with rare medical conditions, as well as avail 3 billion shillings for leasing out medical equipment.
This will mean that every county will have access to that fund to bring equipment where it is most needed in our nation.
Just over half a century later, strides have been made, but the country is largely still grappling with the same challenges it faced the year it attained internal self-rule. The second year into the Jubilee administration, and Uhuru Kenyatta's government will increasingly come under pressure to deliver on its pledges. Rita Tinina, KTN, Nairobi.